What's good? You rocking with your boys, All Rights Reserved. We're going to go through it again. I already have you a lineup, but I do want to say we do have a cast of EMTs or whatever they are outside. It's only increased since I've been here that they sit outside and talk loud. I don't know what that's about, but just in case you hear auditory noise, you already know that it's player hatred at its finest. Actually, I'm going to put this out there. Broward County, my guys looked at the video. I looked at the video, and I can tell you 100% that I do see edits. My question is, why is the video edited? I don't understand. I don't know why this is happening so often. It's so normalized that I'm going to let it be. I'm not going to go through the details of why it's edited. I'm going to see if anyone else can pick up on the edits in the video. But it's such a short video to even edit. Like, you didn't even release the full one. That's part of what my problem is. That's part of what I don't understand. Hashtag CommenterNation. Hit that like button. In 51 states, 6 to 7 other countries. Like, this is how subtle it is. And this is how normal. This is how you see a real businessman interact. I'm sorry. Not barely anybody could have did this. So hit that like button. Give me my respect. Off the rip. Off the rip. Now, here's my thing. I'm looking at the video and I'm thinking. So there's a few other things I'm about to cover dealing with this video, but at the top of it, I got a few things that I want to add in. Broward County, what was the purpose of releasing it so late? Like, I told you in earlier videos you were going to edit some things, and you did. So why is that the case? Are you saying that the times aren't cut out for seeing certain things? And I know that Riva Motorsports has multiple cameras. I had somebody a long time ago looked at Google Maps, and there's a certain way you could look for security footage. There's security footage on every square inch of that place. So we only seen like 2 videos, 2 angles. So where's the other videos? Let alone the escape video and different things. You just have it stop at certain points. And it's not to preserve a case, because you just tried to prevent them from bail. That's not what it is now. This is obviously to cover something. What are you covering up? You know what I mean? There's too many things that you're actually covering up for me to believe that there's no motive behind it. And here's the sick thing. I told you investigators were involved. You suspended 2 officers because you found out they were involved. Now, I want to say, is there potentially more people involved than they know of? Because the way everything's rolling out, it's like sticking to the script or sticking to the plan when we both know that there was inside intel that helped to cover things up. Come on, this isn't new. This is nothing new. And this is what I'm saying when it comes to investigators and just overall influence and people who's in a position. They cover each other's back. That's why they never hold to any type of consequence for choices they make. Allegedly, they could go beat their wife and get out the next day. I mean, is what I'm hearing and what I'm learning and what I'm getting, is this all true? If this is true, you guys are absolute garbage. But here's what's crazy. You're not the only one. I'm finding out names and incidents right around me. And that's what's starting to get hairy. Because it's like, here's my thing. I don't believe in blackmail. So if I'm going to expose someone, I'm going to drop what happened. I'm going to drop your names. I'm going to do all that. And then you can try and defend it like it didn't happen. But if we go on record and find out it did, what do you do then? What's your decision? What move do you make at that time? What do you do? That's the thing. There's nothing you can do because you're exposed to something you did and got away with, even though the law didn't indict you because you may have known somebody, you may have had connections. That's crazy. Anybody who commits a crime that harms severely another human being should pay for it. That's the end of it. You could try and say, oh, you do this, so we're arresting you. But if I didn't put my hands on another human being, what type of person are you compared to me? Let alone you're not a man, you're a male, because you had to put your hands on to get a human being to do what you need them to do. And at the other token, here's my thing. I've already accomplished so much that I'm able to sit back and look critically at the situations going on. I'm able to sit back and objectively look at what's actually happening. And as I get further, it's just more disturbing things that are starting to come out, not only around me, but around other situations. Now, when I get the go ahead, I will gladly put these people up here on blast and let them deal with the consequence of what they did, especially when it's beating on a woman, especially when it's getting out of trouble and things that you harm and point at other people for. Oh, I thought they were going to come through the right way. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of different issues that need to be discussed, and it all has to. Why does all these issues revolve around law? Why do these guys get a free range to ride around and hold other people with cuffs on their hands when they commit the worst crimes? Yes, I see edits in this video. My guys looked at it and seen edits. Again, I'm not calling them out until they release the full video. That should be the first clue to you guys. If you've seen a partial video, again, that should have been the first clue something was wrong. Like, where's all the video? Where's what the witness described? If we're going to even see him for anyone credible, it's almost like, let's cut him out of it. Let's make sure no one sees it. Then if that's the case, he's not implicating to have to be in a witness. Who had contact with the force to get that done? I know, but who? I'm asking them, who had contact with the force to get that done? Because that would make sense why some investigators were allegedly reprimanded for certain things, even though you don't want to release it and you're not going to, because, and again, remember, I told you not to release the video. You did. Go ahead and release them names or deny it. It's just going to get worse for you. Because here's the thing. I already have everything I need to know about you guys. I'm just trying to see if you're going to do the right thing. Because this is very indicative of every law force around me, around you, in your city, in your country. This is how they operate. It's a brotherhood of protection in order to bring in money by hurting others. That's what I don't get. That's what doesn't make sense. If you're to protect and serve, remember, protect and serve means you're servants to the community. When taxes are paid, you get paid. So that's my whole thing. Respect the community, respect citizens. And you need to learn to. You know, CommenterNation, you may just see it as something small, but the way we move, the way we've grown, you're going to see it everywhere soon. You're going to see shirts. You're going to see a lot of things that's going to show you that it's not a game. Because I'm not here to play games with you guys. Not the way you play with people's lives. You know what I mean? That type of thing. So the video was edited in some way, shape, or fashion in certain places. Just like the Kenneka Jenkins video, where the investigator offered up a video that skipped several scenes, and then they offered it as official video. And then my guys that I know that are great at it, that I've supported a long time on this YouTube platform, went through piece by piece and showed the edits. They're still running it as the official video, even though it's been known and it can be co-signed to be edited. What's the reason for that? There's many different reasons. It's to cover things up, to hide different people, and even down to the fact I had a surgeon's name that was involved in taking the organs. So I don't play those games. You know I don't. And I haven't even gotten on that story because they preferred me to do this one. But I would have blown that wide open from different things that we talked about. But there is other individuals that are critiquing it and running it very seriously. Few of them big YouTubers, so I let them have at it. Even though I don't think they're addressing it in the way it needs to be addressed. It's their way of doing it. They think it's credible. Let them run their show. Ultimately, if you want to play with child's lives and do different things like that and then try and stand for law, you pay the piper at the end of the day. Listen, again, it doesn't matter if anything happens to you here. When it's all over, that's when you get your payment. Trust me, forever. So here's the thing, and you can't say so. Listen, you can, but it's almost impossible to say sorry for when your actions take lives, ruin lives. It's impossible to say sorry. It's impossible because you lived your life to offend and harm another human being that has paid the consequence of your choices. So you pay the consequence of your choices. You get how that works? Like there's certain avenues of once you do stuff to other human beings, you can't take it back. That's what you got to understand. All the sorries in the world won't change the scenario and situation that you place people in. That's why we move a certain way off the jump. I don't need no one to teach me. I don't need anything to shade or slide anything. You learn as you do to others. You know, it's one thing if you do something to yourself and other people want to do it. I mean, I'll probably get to the point where we could stop and listen to their pointless conversation of yelling and different things. But I just don't feel like it right now. I thought about it. I was like, because, you know, people want to be auditory and nothing's funny. I know exactly what's being told. I told you, I'm a Gemini. I'm in two places hearing at one time. Nothing was funny. I promise you. So now you get the depth of what I do. They don't understand because they're part of the dumb, deaf, and blind. But we know what it is. We know what's going on. And that's part of why I said, Broward County, why are you editing your video? What are you doing? Why are you doing all of that different stuff? What are you trying to hide? Why didn't you release the full video? Why was Big Head Jimmy Neutron in the way? What is going on? Maybe you could break that down to the public, or maybe I'd have to. Let me know. It's going to be a very critical thing. Shout to commenter Saddity B. Basically edited in the video, and she co-signed. She sees the edits too, and so do I. I just wait for commenters to kind of see things and comment certain things, and then I take up the topic. You already know how that rocks. Commenter recognition right here for Diddy B. It's your boy TheCzarr, Rice Reserve. We finna get into it as much as I can. I do have some stuff I need to get done, but even if I go get it done, I'm going to try and drop the rest of those videos this afternoon. And we're going to go from there. We're going to just continue to look at things objectively, and it's going to get a bit more detailed in about the third, fourth, and fifth video, but we're just prepping it. The mindset that these guys edited the video in some way, shape, or form. Even if you just showed snippets instead of showing the whole thing, that's an edit. You edited things out. When we see them walk into the store, it's very telling, and we're going to get into that. That's what they don't see. The things you try and hide end up coming out anyway when you're doing it for a worse cause, to protect something, to hide something. That's terrible. You're supposed to be the law. What are you doing? You know how I rock. All rights reserved.